I interviewed Nathan Van Dyke at Red Willow Counseling and Recovery in Salt Lake City, Utah. Nathan is a SUDC and a case manager there. Red Willow is a private practice that offers individual therapy and recently, within the last year, has added an intensive outpatient program for those who struggle with addiction and co-occurring disorders. Red Willow generally provides services to populations with private health insurance or who can pay privately for the services. Clients are different than those who serve in nonprofit settings or who may be homeless or have no health insurance. The IOP receives referrals from treatment centers who do not currently have their own IOP. Their vision statement is the following. Red Willow provides a diverse spectrum of psychotherapeutic services in healing and collaborative environment. Through this, our clients are able to heal from depression, anxiety, and other emotional conditions, trauma and addiction, and relational issues with couples and families. We are committed to clinical expertise from our staff through ongoing education and development. Red Willow also has a mission statement that states, "We use skillful therapy to address mental health, addiction, and relationship challenges to help you create a meaningful and balanced life." The responsibilities of SUDCs and case managers at Red Willow varies. They can facilitate group therapy sessions, help individuals transition that are admitted into the program, facilitate psychoeducational groups from 2 to 12 people on topics such as the addicted brain, emotional regulation, trauma, grief and loss, mindfulness, physical wellness, communication, relationships, recovery management, formerly referred to as relapse prevention, codependency and interdependency, spirituality, identity, and anger issues. The most common technique utilized in both group and individual sessions at Red Willow is motivational interviewing. Nathan's views on boundaries are as follows. Boundaries are a critical part of holding any professional position as a clinical staff member who provides addiction or mental health services. Improper client and/or staff boundaries may jeopardize professional licensure. Learning to separate Nathan's private and professional life has been one of his biggest struggles, and the clinicians he has had the opportunity to work with. Nathan stated there is a learning curve with this, and there are various professional preferences as to how to separate private and professional life. It is very important to have good self-care as a preventative measure for burnout, as well as proper boundaries around private and professional life for the same reason. Nathan has encountered clinicians with more stringent boundaries than himself. There are varying perspectives on the appropriateness of self-disclosure. Most people in the helping field are there because they have been impacted in some way by the issues which they chose to devote their life in helping. Some clinicians chose never to disclose and allow their work to speak for itself. Personally, Nathan finds that self-disclosure can be extremely helpful in building a therapeutic alliance with clients. However, he has never been one to self-disclose unless he is certain that doing so will benefit the client. The pay scale varies at Red Willow. Anyone with any type of SUDC is paid between $15 to $25 per hour, while someone with a master's level license may make between $25 to $35 or more. At this particular company, there is not much room for growth, but at larger companies, there probably is plenty. Nathan absolutely loves what he does and is passionate about helping others that are struggling with addiction. He did mention that the demand for SUDC has declined since he has entered into the field. His decision to re-enter school to get a degree in social work and pursue a master's degree has played a key role in his determination to succeed in this field. I asked Nathan about his personal experience with his SUDC career. He said, "I feel very satisfied with my chosen profession because I love what I do. As a person in long-term recovery, I am very passionate about helping those who are actively struggling with addiction. However, I have been laid off twice working as a SUDC and have discovered that the demand for SUDCs has declined since I entered into the field. The job description and recognition of SUDC as a valid clinician, as well as the average wage, has also declined. These factors together have been my decision to return to school for a degree in social work and the ultimate pursuit of my master's degree. Nathan gave us some class recommendations. He said all of the SUDC programs courses were helpful to my career. The most helpful classes were those that assisted with hands-on skills for individual or group counseling, as well as classes dealing with ethics and the disease model of addiction, detailing the impact to the brain by addiction, understanding the basics of psychology as well as human development across the lifespan, have also had a direct impact to my career. The social work program also has expanded my knowledge and expertise in other areas. Some frustrations and challenges that Nathan has are that the current level of care is where relapse and lapses occur frequently, wanting success for your clients, when people make the decision to leave treatment against medical advice, allowing clients to make mistakes, and learning that people have died, former clients have died to suicide or overdose. He also gave some advice for future social workers and SUDCs. He jokingly said to run for your life. He also mentioned to just go for it. He said to get some exposure to the actual work environment before making the blind leap, aka get experience, to develop both empathy and compassion, as well as a thick skin, to cultivate as much information and skills as possible in the identification of symptomologies specific to various mental health and substance use disorders, and to get exposure to varying therapeutic interventions to help with those disorders would also be very helpful. Nathan also finished his SUDC program as a standalone, so he emphasized that a different route that he would take would be to complete the BSW program in conjunction with the SUDC, and to gain some hands-on experience in the field, to get a master's degree, and then obtain your licensure. As a SUDC, Nathan's job is of the utmost importance. I believe that the front lines of most companies are the heart and soul, because people in these positions are establishing a much more meaningful relationship based off the vast amount of time and energy that they're spending with clients. Nathan makes companies what they are, and only heighten the overall value and experience for people seeking treatment. My interview with Nathan was inspirational. He has such an honest and authentic vibe about him. From his interview, I could see that he is truly so passionate about this field and helping people. Our interview was one that I will never forget, and Nathan will be someone I go to for advice and feedback often. He has been through the ringer and has made it out on top, where he is thriving. I got an immense amount of insight regarding how important pursuing higher education in this field is, finding that it can only better your life and job stability greatly.